In a move that has stunned the world, Saudi Arabia has issued a final warning that has sent global shockwaves.
Anybody that challenges the existence of this country, all of us, we are projects of jihad and martyrdom. That's my message to anybody that thinks that he can threaten us.
This announcement comes at a time of immense tension, with multiple global crises converging in the country simultaneously. What could this warning mean? What does this mean for the future of the Middle East and the world at large? With the eyes of the world on this oil-rich nation, everyone is waiting to see what will happen next. Join us as we explore the latest developments and try to make sense of this unprecedented event. But to get there, you're going to need a bit of context. Saudi Arabia, a kingdom with a rich and varied culture, has undergone an incredible transformation over the centuries. Its earliest evidence of human presence dates back 15,000 to 20,000 years ago, with hunter-gatherer societies surviving wild animals and plants. As the climate changed, humans moved into the lush mountain valleys and oases and developed agriculture, eventually leading to settlements and the foundation of civilization. The Arabian Peninsula became the crossroads of the ancient world, located between the Nile River Valley and Mesopotamia. Trade was crucial to the area's development, and caravan routes became trade arteries that made life possible in the sparsely populated peninsula. The peninsula's people developed a complex network of trade routes to transport agricultural goods, spices, and aromatics, making them highly sought after in the Mediterranean basin. Abdulaziz Al Saud, known as Ibn Saud, played a crucial role in the history of present-day Saudi Arabia. In the early 19th century, the Al Saud dynasty ruled over much of Arabia, but the Turks took over a portion of their domain later in the century. Abdulaziz reconquered and united the kingdom over the course of 3 decades, ultimately becoming king in 1927 and naming the country the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia in 1932. Since the discovery of oil in commercial quantities in 1938, Saudi Arabia has experienced fast economic expansion and increased relevance in global events. Today, it is one of the world's largest oil producers and a global economic powerhouse. The kingdom invests in diversifying its economy, focusing on technology, finance, and entertainment industries. Spanning over 865,000 square miles, Saudi Arabia is the 14th largest nation and the largest in the Arab world. It is located at the crossroads of 3 continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa, and is about the same size as Western Europe, and about 1/3 the size of the continental United States. How has agricultural development progressed in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia over the years? Historically, agriculture in Saudi Arabia was limited to date palm cultivation and small-scale vegetable production in scattered oases, with the surplus sold to passing caravans. However, in the 1970s, the kingdom began serious agricultural development, producing and exporting agricultural goods such as dates, wheat, barley, and grapes. The Saudi Arabian government heavily invested in agricultural technology, which is crucial to transforming the desert into arable land. The use of drip irrigation and pivot irrigation, high-tech greenhouses, and advanced seed varieties increased agricultural production and improved efficiency in the sector. Saudi Arabia accomplished this feat by tapping into the ancient river channels buried beneath the sand, where fossil water was trapped in aquifers as deep as 1 kilometer below the ground. These water reserves accumulated during weather climates and glacier epochs dating back 10,000 to 2 million years ago. Saudi Arabia has been pumping water from the Glacier Lake aquifer to enable large-scale farming and milk production, making it one of the largest agricultural producers globally. However, this has led to a significant depletion of water reserves due to low rainfall and overpumping. As a result, Saudi Arabia has purchased agricultural land in foreign countries and promoted good irrigation management methods, such as the center pivot irrigation method. Desalination is one of the most important, with Saudi Arabia being the world's largest producer of desalinated water, generating over 3 million cubic meters of drinking water daily. Surface water is also collected in reservoirs, and over 16 billion cubic feet of runoff is collected in the reservoirs of more than 200 dams annually for agricultural purposes. The kingdom is also committed to reusing all wastewater by 2025, with up to 40% of domestic water in urban areas currently recycled. In addition, the government's unwavering support and groundbreaking policies have been essential to transforming agriculture in Saudi Arabia. The government provided farmers with low-cost water, fuel, and power, and offers tax exemptions for up to 10 years for foreign joint ventures, partnering with Saudi people or businesses. The government has also made it easier for foreign investors to enter the market by providing additional incentives under the investment legislation since April 2000. Thanks to these measures, Saudi Arabia now produces and exports substantial agricultural goods, such as dates, wheat, barley, and grapes. The agricultural industry is also diversifying into new areas, such as aquaculture and vertical farming, and the kingdom is increasingly investing in advanced technology like artificial intelligence and drones to improve efficiency and productivity. One of the significant breakthroughs in Saudi Arabia's agriculture was the development of greenhouse and hydroponic technologies, enabling year-round production of high-quality crops in controlled conditions. Hydroponics is highly productive and has a low environmental impact, making it an excellent choice for the kingdom's arid climate, where land and water resources are limited. The hydroponic approach in the greenhouse improved the yield from the usual 5 tons per acre to a staggering 200 tons per acre planted. Vegetable crops, such as tomatoes and cucumbers, have seen significant success using this technology, and other crops are also being cultivated. The kingdom's arid climate has also been advantageous for cultivating grains such as wheat, barley, sorghum, and millet. The Saudi Arabian government exploited this by constructing wheat silos in 1978. The kingdom attained wheat self-sufficiency by 1984 and even began exporting wheat to about 30 nations, including China and the former Soviet Union. The average yields in the primary producing districts of Tabuk, Hale, and Qasim reached 3.6 tons per acre. Livestock farming in the kingdom has also seen significant progress, with the poultry and dairy industries being major players in the global market. Indoor farming methods have been employed to protect the chickens from the harsh heat and provide them food with concentrates, making them ideal for the kingdom's arid climate. The commercial poultry farm doubled its production from 143 million in 1984 to 270 million in 1990, while egg production increased from 1.852 million in 1984 to 2.059 million in 1990. The dairy sector also saw a significant transformation with the establishment of large cattle farms in the 1970s. The Al Safi Dairy Farm, the world's largest, houses 37,000 cows that produce over 58 millions of gallons of milk annually. Environmentally controlled sheds house the cows, ensuring they produce more milk and calve more easily. The shed's waste is collected in subterranean tanks and used to fertilize nearby fields, where fodder is grown to feed the cows. So what was Saudi Arabia's final warning to the rest of the world? It all started in a surprise move that caught the world off guard. Iran and Saudi Arabia have signed a peace deal, ending years of hostility between the two nations. Ali Shamkhani, a security official for Iran, and Mased bin Mohammed Al Iban, a national security advisor for Saudi Arabia, signed the agreement on March 10th. The reconciliation was mediated by China, a country increasingly showing its strategic interests in the Middle East. The two countries' long-running dispute intensified in 2016 after the Saudis murdered a significant Shia scholar. Iranian protesters aggressively protested at the Saudi embassy in Tehran in reprisal, and the two nations subsequently cut diplomatic ties. Due to the two countries' engagement in a proxy war in Yemen, the conflict has contributed to further instability in the Middle East. Iran supports the Houthi rebel group, which aims to overthrow the Yemeni government, while Saudi Arabia has supported the government, including direct attacks on the Houthi rebels. This has led to a prolonged crisis in Yemen. Many observers have attributed China's crucial role in mediating the peace deal between Iran and Saudi Arabia. China's strategic interest in the Middle East has grown as a result of its foreign policy priorities there, particularly its aim to encourage trade and investment. China's Belt Road Initiative, BRI, also claims to connect Central Asia, the Middle East, and South Asia, making Iran's position crucial in implementing this project. China is also keen to secure energy supplies from Saudi Arabia, which is currently its principal supply of energy imports. China's efforts to resolve this issue between these two players therefore indirectly safeguard and strengthen Beijing's long-term interests in the region. In the aftermath of this deal, in a video shared on Twitter over the weekend, Saudi Prince Saud Al Shalan, husband of one of the granddaughters of the late King Abdulaziz Al Saud, had a warning for leaders who may be considering challenging the existence of Saudi Arabia. Taking aim at President Biden and the US, the prince reminded everyone that they are products of jihad and martyrdom, and that no one should underestimate their resolve. Anybody that thinks that it can threaten us, he said, that's my message to them. The prince's comments caused a stir on social media, with many wondering if they directly responded to recent tensions between the US and Saudi Arabia. Whatever the cause, one thing is clear: the Saudi royal family is not to be underestimated. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button right now and check out the next video on your screen. We've already prepared for you.